Hey, 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 how are you doing today? I know it's Saturday if you're catching the live, but if you're catching the replay, it could be any day, right? So why don't you put that hashtag replay to let me know that you came to hang out with us after hours? We'll still be there with you in the comments. So if you have any questions, make sure you put them down in the comments. If you have anything to add to the conversation that we have, go ahead. Go ahead and hang out with us, even if you're not here with us during the actual live. There's a lot of us that catch the replay because we can't be there for the actual live. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We've got our Hello Spring home decor set that we built this week. Hey, Roxana. And if I sound like I'm a little bit out of breath, I just got back just not too long ago from a really long walk, and I ended up taking 2 phone calls, and I don't walk and talk very well at the same time. I sound like I'm about to have a heart attack every time I do. So I'm still kind of catching up from that, but I wanted to come on live today so we could wrap this up. We did a bunch of projects today, but we only got them to about 90%. Each one of them got to about 90%. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Anna. Hey, Valerie. How are you doing? So, we want to finish these, right? Like, we want these to be ready for spring. Spring is coming. Like, for me here in Louisiana, it's here. Like, I'm outside in the yard right now. We are planting. Okay, nothing delicate. Only things that can withstand a tornado, because there's like this rule of thumb here in Louisiana: you don't plant until Easter, and if you are, you're calling the tornadoes, because it never happens. The week of Easter, we have tornado weather. It just is what it is. So I'm planting because I'm eager, but I'm not planting anything delicate that a tornado could wipe out. Happy Saturday to you too. Okay, so like I said, we got each project. We have a door hanger here. We have a porch leaner attachment. We have a garland. We have a garden stake that we made out of some old Mother Nature, right? I am very proud of this one. Y'all, this idea came from a Saturday morning walk. Okay. Well, actually, it probably wasn't a Saturday, but it was a morning walk. Okay. I was out and about, and I was like, oh, it's actually like a pretty twig. And I was like, I bet you we could do something with that. And I had a million ideas that just started running through my mind of how we could use natural things that don't cost us a dollar, that is just being discarded back to the earth anyways. I was like, I have a million ideas, and it all came from one twig. So y'all stay tuned, and my paint studio is going to get a lot of tutorials between now and the end of the year of things that don't cost us a dollar to make, right? So y'all stay tuned for that. Okay, so we need to finish these out. So like I said, we've got our garland here. It's 6 pieces. If you notice, they're still really rough on the edges. I'm going to clean all that up. I've already cleaned up my porch cleaner attachment. It's nice and clean on the edges. If you're seeing stuff like that, that's the light catching it. Like that right there. It actually looks really clean in person. Hey, Brenda, where do you go to get all the week's templates? I do all the links and haven't gotten anything. Does go to Messenger. It should be done. You know what? I probably need to go back. I have probably missed a good bit of people because a lot of people catch the replay. So give me until this afternoon, and you'll probably start seeing a flood of it coming through. Okay. Actually, as soon as I finish this, I got you. I got you, Brenda. I got you. All right. Did I clean this one up? No. So let's start with this one just so we can get it off of our workspace. So how I clean up. You do not have to do this. This is a skippable step. You do not have to do this, but I just feel like it looks 10 times better when the edges are clean. Oh, you're so welcome. I have a to-do list of things that I need to do, and I was planning on doing them today. And I haven't picked that hour to sit down and like on a computer. It's like something about a Saturday just tells my brain it's like the computer can wait. But I really need to get to it. So I will make sure that you get put on that list too, Miss Brenda. Okay, so the way I clean up is an Expo marker. You can use a paint pen. Now, I will say a paint pen gives you way better coverage, but they are way more expensive. I'm a girly on a budget, so I like to keep things as cost effective as possible. I like to pick these up when school supplies start going on sale. And I love to pick these up because I also pick them up for teachers. Like, I love to make little gift baskets for teachers, and for teachers that I know that use these, like elementary school teachers love Expo markers because their students use them. I like to pick up a bunch of them when they go on clearance, and I just gift them. Okay. So I like the chisel tip ones. Like I said, furniture stain pens is what I used to use all the time, but I have seen a price increase in those, and the formulas have changed. Like they're not as good coverage as they used to be. And again, they're a stain, so they're not going to be 100% opacity. Like they're not. I got you. I got you. I got you, girl. I got you. Like I said, there are probably a good bit of replay that I have not caught. This has been a busy week. These weeks right here where this is what I call a sneak peek week. I used to call it a sneak peek week. But I don't know why that I just didn't call it that this time. But during sneak peek week, the comments come in like crazy. They come in like crazy, and I do miss a few. So I always have to go back through every live, even after weeks have passed, and I have to go back and I have to go through every single comment because I hate missing comments. I really do. It really irks me because I don't want anybody to feel left out because I know how that feels, and it is a yucky feeling. So I've got, we just cleaned that up. Again, it's just skippable live again, right, Dana? It's like we really enjoyed the first date, right? We really enjoyed that first date, and we were eager to get to that second date. Love you, boo. Okay, so we've already cleaned this one up. That's good. And now we need to clean up. Look how yucky that is. Again, you don't have to do this. If that does not bother you, you do you, boo. It doesn't bother me for it not to bother you. It bothers me for it to be mine. Okay. So like for those that drives you just absolutely bonkers. Look how good that's just covering. I have learned that you don't press down too terribly hard. I will say, look at that chisel though. Look how clean it still is. I've done, I don't know how many projects with this one marker, and that chisel has, yes, that's one thing about using a chisel paint pen I don't like. And it's the chisel tears up so easily and it frays. I had to work all week and finally took time to clean up my craft area. I haven't done much since my heart surgery, end of June, but now Elaine. No, that's Eileen. That's the double E. Girl, what are you going to do? What's first on your to-do list? What are you going to do? See, my mama had a massive heart surgery last year. It was in the fall, and she is just now, you said in June. So I swear, if someone is calling me, can y'all hear me? It just knocked out on my end. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, mama had a massive surgery last year, but it was Eileen. That's okay. I saw the double E is how it's pronounced. She is still really scared to do really anything. Like once she feels a little heart flutter, she goes and sits down. Wait, that's an Expo girl. Yes, an Expo marker. And it doesn't smell. Doesn't smell. Now, I will say the furniture stain pens didn't bother me. The odor did not bother me. I kind of liked it, to be honest. It kind of smelled like chemical candy. Like, I don't know. It had like a little bit of a sweet smell to it. Not like actual candy, but it smelled like really processed, really high flavored candy. It was weird. It smelled like a really processed licorice, and I hate licorice. But it smelled like that. I don't know. I keep losing you. Is it just me? I can't find the furniture mark. I can't either, Dana. I don't know. No, my connection knocked out. They are expanding our connection here in my neck of the woods, and it keeps going in and out a little bit, and so it knocks my I'll go blank on the screen, but it pops right back up. Like every once in a while, it'll knock my audio out, and that's the most frustrating. Y'all, we've had those moments this week, and it drives me crazy because it's never the same fix to fix it. Yeah, the furniture stain pens, I have just periodically been able to find them, and I do pick them up for like when I have retreats. I pick them up so I can have them on the supply table so people can use them. But I have grown to love these Expo markers because you can always find them and they work just as good. Now, I will say, like I said, the furniture stain pens were my absolute favorite. But when it gets to the point where I'm having to literally scour 3 different Dollar Trees to find one furniture stain pen, my time is becoming precious, and it ain't that precious to be looking for. It is not that big of a deal for me to switch up on my little favorite things. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's the third. We still have 3 more. Do you use Expo pens? I have yet to have any. Now, I have not sprayed mine. If you know me, I like to use a brush on sealer. The only time I like to spray is when I have heavy paint pen like this. And we're gonna roll the dice. Okay. We're gonna roll the dice on this, okay? We are gonna still we're still gonna brush seal that. And that's that one marker that I don't really use very often. So I don't know what it does with anything, but I have been told that it acts well. How long does it as long as it works, right? And it's cheaper. It's actually cheaper, especially when you can find them when the school supplies start going on clearance, around the August, September time after school starts, and they're no longer like trying to fulfill school supply lists. Hey girl, I've missed all the lives this week, but we'll catch up today. Oh, well, hey Tammy. Well, they will be waiting for you. They will be waiting for you. And they are good ones, especially this one. This one was fun. This one right here, y'all need to go on a little nature walk or go pick up the backyard and pick up a nice sturdy. That twig it's not quite finger sized. Okay. It's about the size of my pinky. It's about the size of my pinky. I was trying to give dimensions the other day, and the more I talked, I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, I'm confusing everybody more than it's worth. It's about the size of my pinky. So far, I have not had issues with the Expo markers. Eileen, they work pretty good. I have not used them as paint pens though, as far as like, you know what I mean? I have not used them that way. I'm tempted to. I'm tempted just to do a scrap piece of wood and just kind of test drive it. I just haven't had the time to do it. That was the last one. I just looked down and the pile is gone. That just goes by much more fast. Gosh, you would have thought that. My brain, my words, y'all just bear with me. It's a Saturday. I went on a really long walk this morning, and I skipped breakfast. I ate my breakfast at 11 o'clock. So I guess you call that brunch. I don't like to eat until after I've walked, if I'm going to walk in the morning. A lot of times I like to walk in the afternoons because I really don't have time in the morning. What was I saying? I looked down and there wasn't anything there. My pile of projects was gone. Everything's been sealed. It's been clean, has clean edges. And it goes way faster when you have someone to talk to. That really did speed through. Okay, so now that we have everything cleaned up on the edges, we can go ahead and seal. Now I have sealed this one already. So you see the shininess on it? You see that right there? See the little gleam? I went ahead and sealed that one. I sealed that after we went live yesterday, and I just couldn't wait. So I cleaned up the edges, and I went ahead and sealed. That's nothing but hot glue, a whole stick of hot glue. So we're going to set this off to the side, just out of the way for a minute. Let's go ahead and seal our door hanger because it's going to take the most. Let me kind of scour because I don't think that might be just enough. I have about, no, it might not be. I have about that much sealer left. And I like to do 2 coats. Let me just lay eyes on some more sealer. I know I have plenty, but I just like to scope it out before. That's medium. Where in the world is all my sealer? There's all my glue. I too have been cleaning up my craft table. I bet you that's it, way over there. Let's see how far this gets us, and then we'll worry about it. If anything, I'll get the boy. I'll get the boy to come help us. So how is y'all Saturday doing? Are y'all having a good Saturday so far? I do not want to put it on that. Are y'all having a good old Saturday or whatever day you're catching the replay? Is it relaxing? What do you have planned? I do plan to go out in the yard and fill my new, I have a new flower bed. Okay, so we're going to go, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh man, I'm already starting to smear it. I'm just going one stroke over, and I did get a little bit of this S. I'm just going to thin it out. There we go. We're going to leave it alone. That's good enough. So I just went real quick. I'm going to let that dry. Okay. I'm going to go whoop, 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 whoop. The sound effects do help. Okay. So I'm just picking up some thick sealer, and I'm just doing one swipe. I did not overwork that. You don't want to tempt fate. You just want to get a nice layer sealer down and let that paint pen dry. Even if you don't get everything else covered on your design, go ahead and just do your words real quick. I used hardly any pressure. I have a little something. It looks like tree bark from my flower. There we go. You don't want to overwork that paint pen. Okay. I don't care what brand of paint pen that you use. You want to give it one pass with the brush and then leave it alone, because it will smear. It is not your friend when it comes to sealing. All right. So I've done a very quick, messy job of a first coat. One coat is really all you need, but for good measure, I always like to do two. Once things start feeling a little tacky, start leaving it alone. Don't try to overwork that sealer. You can always come back in and hit it with the second coat. There are some spots that I know for a fact I missed, but all I was really worried about were those words. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Let it just kind of air dry. It takes nothing but a second for that to air dry. The sealer does work really fast. Now, this right here, it's the cute. I swear, I don't know why this simple little design has my heart, but it does. My heat tool should be here Monday. Hopefully I can prep today so I can use it Monday. Jerry, I'm so excited for you. That heat tool is going to save you so much time. And with it being quiet, you won't hesitate to turn it on. All right, so I am just smoothing this out. It doesn't take but a lid. This stuff goes so far. I love this brand. This is Liquitex, and I like to use the high gloss. You do not have to get the Liquitex, and you do not have to use high gloss. They have regular gloss. It works just fine. I have yet to figure out the difference between high gloss and regular gloss. I have both. I have absolutely no clue what the difference is. Okay, again, I'm going to let that. The only one that I don't really seal twice is the garlands. One, because they're small enough, I really can get a good seal on them the first time. And they usually are used inside. Now, if you're going to use yours outside, go ahead and seal them twice just to prevent any cracking. That's a lot of sealer. Hold on, let's seal two at a time. That was a lot of sealer. That was a quarter amount of sealer. And that was a good old bit. That was a good old bit for one little flower. I'll get 2 flowers out of that. Now with it, I like to use a gloss of some sort when I'm using matte acrylics, just because I can kind of do this number with the light, and I can tell if I got every little part, because if it's not shiny, then it's not sealed. And with us working with wood, we're gonna miss something. That's why I always do a second seal on most projects. we're gonna miss something because the wood is not 100% flat. So here we go. Let's see. Look at you painting all the things. I know, Miss Pam, right? I'm so ready for spring. I had to do a nice, pretty, springy color. Almost Easter, but not quite. Like this would totally be a good Easter accompaniment. You know, like get you a cute little bunny or a cross and put these along with it. I feel like they would be perfect, especially this little garland, without being super bunny. You know, like for me, Easter, I like my Easter to be Jesus, more Jesus and Christ centered. But like this right here, this flower. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a good Easter bunny too. I like a good Easter bunny too. But I like my Easter bunny to be looking at my Jesus. It's kind of like at Christmas time with the Santa that stops to kneel at the manger. Like that's how I kind of envision my Easter bunny too. Like the Easter bunny is a cute little folklore, but the true story comes from Jesus. All right. There's a water droplet on here and it is going to drive me crazy. So let me get a baby wipe. I had to get a new pack of baby wipes because Raylyn, I told her to grab a baby wipe the other night. I didn't realize she took that as like grab a pack of baby wipes. As a paint splatter from my dirty paint water. Apparently, I picked my paint brush up out of the paint water and that just kind of dribbled. That just kind of dribbled on my project. And I just didn't catch it. I saw it the other day after it was already dry. And I was like, nah, I can get that up with a baby wipe. And I just didn't do it right then. Okay. Like I said, my garlands are the only projects that I really don't seal twice. Because I don't see the point in using extra sealer on something that's going to be on the inside. Most of my garlands are displayed indoors. And I do a double seal on anything that goes outdoors. Now, if I'm spray sealing it, a lot of times one and done. Like a spray sealer comes out so daggum thick that I don't feel the need to double spray anything. Plus, sometimes you can mess something up. All of a sudden, this mysterious haze comes and covers your project with that second seal. What is it? Huh. It looks like something rubbed up against it. Like sandpaper. But it's okay. It'll still be pretty. There we go. Oh, the sealer. Y'all, this messy painting is popping with the sealer. It's popping. There's something about a good coat of sealer that when you do messy painting that has like, look at all these little lines of paint. And we did all those little lines. It just kind of melds them together. Everything just kind of blends perfectly together. There's no harsh lines anywhere. It's just that sealer does some magic. Okay, so like I said, we want to do a double coat on most of the things. I'm going to turn this 90 degrees, okay? I'm going to turn it side to side because we did the majority of our brush strokes going north and south on the project. I'm going to put a little bit. Oh, we are going to knock this sealer out. I'm going to have to go to Hobby Lobby today and get a whole nother container of sealer. I'm not in dire need because I do know somewhere on my craft table, I just can't see it with my naked eye. There is another sealer that's just not high gloss. But I do prefer the high gloss. I don't really see a difference, but I know I do prefer it. Unless it's more expensive. And then I will tell myself I definitely don't see a difference in it to justify the cost. If it's $1 more, I'm like, you know what? That regular gloss is just as good. Okay, I'm going to put my brush in some water because I don't want that sealer. That is the brush I typically use to seal with. And if you notice, it has, let me show you. It's totally different than all my brushes. All my brushes have a colored handle of some sort. This one is crystal clear. I don't care what. It's a Royal and Langnickel. It's my favorite brand. It does say that it is for acrylics. If it will focus. It does say that it is for acrylics, but I like the fact, well, it's not the bristles that are my preference. Like, I like the darker talc on bristles. The sable hair are my favorite. Oh my gosh, they're synthetic, but they're the sable hair are my absolute favorites. But this right here is totally different. I'm never going to grab this to paint with. Like, I like to have a brush that's dedicated to sealer, because you're never going to get the sealer 100% out of your brush. Like, this brush is completely warped and will forever be warped. They do make sealer brushes. They are $30 though. And your girly likes to paint on a budget. I will eventually have one. I will eventually own one when they go on sale. But until I see one go on sale, and I can't remember what brand it is. I do think it is Royal Langnickel. But they are amazing brushes. I have friends that swear by them in the canvas world that paint on canvas. And if it gets in the grooves of a canvas, because if you notice, canvas is not perfectly flat. It almost looks kind of like cross stitching material, like that Aida cloth. It's got some grooves in it. If it can seal a canvas, it can seal our grainy wood, like that has all the grain and the grooves of the, I know it can do wonders on wood. So I will eventually have one. I just can't in good faith tell you absolutely need one, because you don't. That right there is a plain old acrylic brush, and it does just fine. I will say the sealer brush is wider, so that's one reason why I do eventually want to own one, but I do not want to have to pay for it. Not full price, at least. All right, so I'm going to set my garland a little off to the side, or at least get a few pieces out of the way, because I want to put a second coat on this door hanger. After we get it all sealed, now so far, let's recap. We've cleaned the edges, and we've sealed all the things. I want to get a second sealer on this door hanger. See, we are down to the wire on this. All right, let me put y'all right there. Now, I did the majority of it going this way. Let's flip the script on it. I do want to hit it with the blow dryer for just a minute, because I do know that it's a little, there were some thicker spots on this one that I want to make sure are nice and dry. Y'all don't forget, while we're drying, y'all don't forget to hit that spread the word button. Facebook doesn't like me to say its actual name, but if you will hit that spread the word button and let people know that we're live today on a Saturday, wrapping up all of these projects. A lot of times I don't wrap these up live. So like, I just assume everybody knows how to put a hanger on a door hanger, or how to put some Velcro on an attachment, or how to hang a garland. But I don't want to assume 100%. Like, there's always newbies to the craft, which I am so excited about. I love when someone discovers our little side of the internet and they fall absolutely in love. So I don't want to assume everybody here and everybody that catches the replay knows exactly how to finish these projects. I don't want everybody to think, I don't want to assume that everybody knows how to get them to 100%, because right now we're at 90. Every project that we've done this week so far has gotten to 90%. We haven't got it to display ready. So that's what we're doing today. We're wrapping everything up. And this is what I typically like to do. I like to get everything painted, and I will put a hanger. I will do the attachment. I will do all the little finishing touches, is what I like to call them. I like to finish them up all at once, because all my supplies are in one box. Like, I get the box out once, my drill gets fired up once, everything. It's a one and done. It helps me save time. So I like to do it in batches. I will paint everything. I don't know if this is enough sealer. We're going to have to pretend that it is. Okay. Okay, again, I'm starting with the words. Because really, the most important part to me right now of getting sealed is the words. And then I'm going to do everything else in sections. That was 100% of that sealer. It is done. which means I get to go to Hobby Lobby today, which is never a bad excuse to go to Hobby Lobby. I have a legit excuse. My goal this year is to not buy unnecessary art supplies. I have a whole shed, a whole storage unit, a whole closet. I have a good bit of space dedicated to things that aren't being used. So my goal is if I have not used it by the end of this year, it goes away. So you know me, I'm sitting here trying to go, okay, so how can I use this? Okay, so we've got a second seal on this. Again, it's probably not at 100% because I ran out in the very last minute at midnight, and Cinderella's pumpkin is turning it back into a pumpkin, right? But it's okay. It is at a point where if all I have to do is do a light coated sealer when I get a fresh bottle, it won't hurt anything to do that. This actually could probably go on my door at this point. I think I don't see any matte acrylic not shiny. I am loving this design and I can't wait to paint it all. Can I get the banner and the attachment pieces templates somewhere? I know about, hold on, I'm sorry. Okay. Breathe, Erica. I know what you have probably told all how to get them, but I have not got to see all of the videos except for today because of work. That work gets in the way of all of our crafting time. I swear, if employers knew the important business that we have going on at home at our craft tables, they would understand if we took a day off here and there, right? Except for today because of work. I have only been able to watch parts and I must have. Okay, so the door hanger design and the supply list that we have for the door hanger, the colors are the exact same for everything. Okay, so except for the yellow. The yellow is Banana Cream, Sunny Day, any of your favorite pastels. Okay. Now, as far as the garland or the banner, some people call it banner. I call it a garland. I don't know why. I'm just from the South. So the garland or banner and the attachment, those are the tutorials were free to the public, to everyone that's watching here in the interwebs, but the designs are Paint Studio exclusives. So they got all the designs on the 2nd of February. So they've had them all month, right? But okay, so you got the supply list. Okay, yes, ma'am. It definitely gets in the way. Y'all. Yes. It gets in the way. It's so frustrating. Sometimes I'm just sitting there and all I want to do is get home because I have this idea right here. And now I'm like itching to get home because I want to execute the idea. But yes, to get the garland and the attachment, you can definitely join the Paint Studio and they will be immediately sent to you. So you'll get the whole bundle that they got on February 2nd so that they could prepare for this week. And if you were to join the Paint Studio between now and the end of the month, it'll be directly sent to you with your welcome email as well. So all you have to do is put the word, let's see, what is our magic word for today? Let's see, spring. Let's just use the word spring because I'm ready. If you put the word spring down in the comments, I will come back and link where you can join the Paint Studio. It's $20 a month. You get 3 designs and we make all different projects with them. We make a door hanger, we make a garland, we make a porch liner attachment, but you get them in JPEG format as well as your template format. So what I do is, okay, I feel like I'm talking 90 to nothing. Let me bring it down. Hold on. So you get 3 designs and they all kind of coordinate together. So like, just like what we did this week, we did a door hanger, we did an attachment, we did a garland. What I typically do is I like to give you the printable template of the sizes of the projects that we are going to do that month, but you also get the black and white JPEG so that you can go back and resize them however you want. Or if you are a Cricut, Silhouette, laser girly, you can take those JPEGs and convert them into whatever type of format that you need for your different machine. And you can resize it to whatever size you need, or even do 3D elements. What else? Then they get bonuses like this. There's always a bonus, whether it's a bonus template, a whole bonus decor set like this, like what we've done. They also get discounts on the shop. I can't find mine. Okay, so Sheila, you are a paint studio girly. If you go to your February designs, there's going to be an extra little folder in your February designs that say Hello Spring Sneak Peek Week. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lisa. Okay. And that is for anybody that is curious, where can I find the flower design? Where can I find the little house design? They are exclusive. The designs themselves are exclusive to the paint studio, but the tutorials of how to build these designs, because the steps that we use, you can use on anything, right? I showed you a technique, this messy painting of how to get these leaves and how to get you can use that on literally anything you paint. You can paint a frog with that messy painting and give it such a texture. But the designs themselves were Paint Studio exclusives. Okay. So now that we've got our door hanger sealed, again, I'm going to set it off to the side. It does need to dry just a little bit, just a smidge. So we are going to take, let's go ahead. This is the easiest thing to finish up, okay? It is a one and done. Well, let me see. What side did I put everything on? I'm going to take industrial Velcro. They sell it in black. They sell it in white. It doesn't matter. They're the exact same. It just depends. Like if you had something that needed to camouflage your Velcro, they sell it in the two different colors. So if you needed a dark color, you could use the dark color. Or if you've got a light color project, which ours is a lighter color project, but you're never going to see it. They do have the white. I buy the white because it's usually what's in stock. For some reason, the black is always out of stock at my Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's, because that's the three places I have found it. I like to use the soft side for the artwork. I like to use the scratchy side for what I'm attaching it to, okay? I have all different things that I attach these things to. I like to attach them to interchangeable door hangers. This scratchy side goes on the door hanger itself. This goes on the attachments. And that's just how I keep my brain organized of what side do I put on what. You could put it on a porch leaner. You could put it on an interchangeable home sign. Like I have a home sign that just says home and the O is missing inside my entryway. And I use these on those as well. There's just so many different applications. I have a display right here. If you can see it, this little spindle right here, that has Velcro on it as well. I can also hang it there. This is where we're going to hang it for today. So let's go ahead and cut us a little piece. I like to cut at least an inch wide, if not 2. Okay. So at least an inch wide. Some people cut that in half as well. So you can really make this stretch as far as possible as you need. But I like to have that right there. Okay. It comes with this plastic on the back. Let's see. Now, for today, let's see if I can get this out without making a mess. Yes. Okay. I made this. This is a free tutorial on how I made this. If you put the word spring down in the comments again, I will make sure this is in the link buffet, because I like to give you a little bit of a buffet. And you just click on the link that you're looking for. So if you're looking for the free template here, if you're looking for information on the Paint Studio, if you're looking for this tutorial on how to make this spindle display, then I would recommend putting the word spring in it, and you just click the word more and then find the link that you're looking for. Okay, here we go. Hey, Amy. Hey, Jen. Okay, what did Sheila? I'm really out of it. My cousin who was like a sister passed away. Sheila, what are you doing on Facebook? Oh my goodness. Only her immediate family knew she was sick. We found out this week after she went out. Sheila, I wish I could give you a big old hug. I don't even think I could be functioning right now. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Sheila, okay, I love this woman. Y'all, if y'all have not met Sheila Smith, if you ever get an opportunity to go to a retreat and she is there, she loves retreats. So 9 times out of 10, if you go to a crafty retreat in our neck of the woods of the interwebs, you're going to meet Sheila Smith. Y'all, give this woman 10 minutes of your time. She has a story that I don't know why Netflix has not picked her up as a story yet. She has one that will just like touch your heart. Oh my goodness, she is inspiring. But Sheila, I am so sorry about your cousin. I almost said sister, but like you said, like a sister. I totally get that. Growing up, my cousin was like a sister too. But I cannot imagine losing especially my sister. Like I have sisters, but Sheila, I'm so sorry. Okay, so there we go. See, isn't that a cute way to display it? Now, because I left it, I did not cut it in half. I left it as a 2-inch strip here. It is going to give me some wiggle room on different things that I could put it at. Like if my welcome porch cleaner outside needs it to be closer to the center, well, I still got about 1 inch there that it'll attach to. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we're going to put that there. And guess what? We're done with that project. Look how cute it just sits right there. That is one of my favorite ways to display some of my attachments. I love that project right there. Again, the word spray, if you've already put the word spray, you don't have to put it again. One and done. You'll be good. But that right there is one of my favorite displays I've ever made. And I've already got ideas to make different types of displays with different spindles. You can get them from the big box stores for like building furniture or for home decor, but you can also get them thrifted. Like buy a rickety old coffee table or a rickety, like something that like it obviously isn't going to hold up as its original use anymore. You get those little side tables that are like really wiggly, and I just knocked the legs off of those and I just right there. And they come like you get 4 of them at that point, right? Do you put on Amy? I do. This year I'm not. This year is the first year that I am not putting on a retreat. And it's only because last year was such a crazy year that I told myself, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to breathe this year. I think I'm going on 2. I'm going to participate in, I think 2, one in the summer, one in the fall. But I don't think I'm going to, if I put one on, it's not going to be a traditional retreat. It's going to be one of those meet and greet days where you bring projects and finish them up and we just hang out. But that, I mean, honestly, if you live anywhere I live in North Louisiana. If you live anywhere more than about 3 hours away, obviously that's not going to like that one's going to need some planning for anybody that lives a little further than about 3 hours away. But next year I am planning a big one. So if you want, just stay tuned. I'm planning a real big one next year to make up for not doing this year. Oh, Sheila. My heart hurts for you. It's been so long since I caught you live. Well, Mary, we've been here all week. Been here all week, girl. Let's see. What do we have here? Sheila, well, let's see if I can keep your mind busy. Let me see if I can do that. I can try my best. All right, so we've got my Ryobi drill. Y'all know I love my Ryobi tools. So I got my Ryobi drill, and I've got, I think that's an eighth inch drill bit, anywhere between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch. 1/4 is a little heavy. It just depends on what you're using as your I got caught on my finger. Whatever you're using as your actual attached part, like your string or your twine or ribbon. There is a mosquito because they never died. It just depends on what you're using as that will dictate what size drill bit you need. Usually 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use an 1/8 drill bit. There are a couple of times where I would opt for a 1/4 inch just because it's a girthier string. Like if it's got any kind of wiring in it, like if I was to use some wired ribbon, if I was to use fabric, like if I was going to string it with something crazy, Perfect word, Mary. Thank you. I just caught a glimpse of it. And that was like, I was struggling to find a word. If I was using anything like crazy off the wall, I'd probably go for a quarter inch. Will you present at Tamara's in November? I don't know. I don't think presenters have been selected yet. And if they have, I haven't heard. So I don't know. I don't think I've missed one since 2021. But no, I don't know. I haven't been asked yet. So, my life is crazy right now, girl. Yes, I know what you mean. What you got going on? What's going on? Okay, so we are going to just use regular twine. That's what I'm looking for. My battery. This is why I like Ryobi tools right there. See that battery? One thing I like about Ryobi tools, this is so not a plug for them. They do not know I exist. I get $0 from talking about them. I just love them so much. I know my battery's full. Look at those 4 lights. Look at that. I know my battery's full. Like, I don't have to guess if this is going to be a full battery. And it clicks in. Woo! We're ready to go. This does get a little loud. I love the hydrangea priestess. Thank you for saying that, because I felt so discouraged about mine, because I felt like so many people struggle. Let me tell you what Michael did. So I get so many comments about mine and Michael's relationship, because they're like, I had I don't know how many people asked me if we were cousins or brother and sister, and I was like, no, I'm not related to Tamara in any ways, nor am I related to Michael. But because we were like there are a couple of my friends that I roomed with that, oh, look at that little bubble. We'll pop the bubble. There are a couple of my friends that I room with that were like, are you related? I didn't know you were related. I was like, I'm not. They were like, oh gosh, we could have thought that y'all were cousins or something. I was like, we look alike? They go, no, y'all act alike. And I was like, okay. And then, but then there was he was in my room. Okay, so the men, like, a lot of times you didn't even notice the men, okay? So at that retreat, the men were the ones that were filling our cup water, and they were making sure that we had fresh paint. Well, in my room, Michael and Tamara's dad were the guys that were doing my paint and all that jazz. And so they literally watched my tutorial about 5 or 6 times. And so by the time that we were done with the day, Michael could tell that I was super discouraged. And so he brought me over there was this big banner that we were all painting on. He brought me over to the banner and he goes, I want to show you something. I'm like, what did I do now? I was like, I just felt like I was in trouble. I was like, what did I do now? He's like, no, I got to show you something. And so we get over to the banner and he points at this little flower. He goes, I painted that. And he was so proud of it. He goes, I painted that. And then he had painted another one. He goes, I practiced here. Don't look at that one. I painted this one. And I was like, Michael, I am so proud of you. He goes, I watched your tutorial 1,000 times. And dang it, I finally got it. That's the first thing I've ever freehanded right there. I was like, I'm so, if nobody else got that, if nobody else tackled the hydrangea today, I swear that right there made my day. It was a bit of a challenge, but I love Lisa. Thank you for saying that. It is a pretty little flower. This one is a pretty little flower. So if you go back and watch yesterday's tutorial, which if you put the word spring down in the comments, you're going to get links to all the different tutorials for this week. If you go back and watch yesterday's tutorial, we paint this one live. Oh, we're going the wrong direction. All right, now we need to go over. All right, so there we go. If you're wondering why I have a block of wood down here, see right there, it's already got a couple little splinters there, but if I didn't have that block of wood, it would like what we call a blowout. Okay, it would like all the splinters would go. Psh. Thanks. I'll do it. Yes, the word spring down in the comments will get you a link to all the things. So far, it's going to get you a link to where you can find the free printable template and the supply list. It's going to get you information on the Paint Studio, which is where you can find the designs for this and the little house attachment, along with this and a tutorial. So we did this last month, and this has been a crowd favorite. I love this. My kids loved it. My mom has walked in and says, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And she hardly ever compliments my artwork. So I was like, oh, it's a keeper. Like that one's a keeper. But yeah. So I don't, like I said, I don't know about SA Live this year, only because I haven't heard anything, but it's so late this year. Normally it's been like late summer, early fall for the last 2 years. Like it was July one year, it was September last year, and now it's November. So I mean, like there's a lot of space for them to be putting this together. And so, like I said, haven't heard anything, but that's not out of the norm. We still have a lot of space. A lot of running room on that one. Okay, so if you hear the clicking, if you're wondering what I'm doing, when I want to drill down, I'm pushing it all the way this way because that's giving me the direction down. If I'm wanting to reverse it, I obviously don't want to pull my drill while the drill bit's drilling down. That's going to cause splinters, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it in reverse. And it locks. If you put it in between the two, there's like a click, 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 click. If you put it just one click, it locks it. So now it's locked. See? Can't do anything with it. But if I click it this way, it's in reverse. Click it all the way the other way, it's going forward now. All your designs are so good. Well, thank you, Roxana. You did a beautiful job on this one. If y'all have not seen Roxana's, go to my stories. I have shared hers. It's so beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And you can purchase Roxana's because she'll be selling hers in her virtual marketplace. What day is it, Roxana? Tell them when they can purchase yours. Because I do have some local people here in Louisiana that asks me about selling painted pieces. And I'm just, with my life, I just don't have the time to do custom work anymore. I won't be able to do that until I stop working at the school. Right now I work very, very part-time, only about 15 hours a week at a local school. It's actually a school I graduated from, but I work about part-time to help a teacher that I actually graduated with to help her with her kiddos. And I absolutely adore what I do. Like, I absolutely adore it. I'm selling today. Okay, so Roxana's door hanger is being sold today at 7 p.m. What time zone? What time zone, Roxana? Roxana's she is a powerhouse of a seller for that virtual, hold on, she put the acronym now. Let me see if I can remember how it says. Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. I think that's what it stands for. It's a group. You just ask for access to the group, but I also think that you can actually see, I think you can see the sales from outside of the group. How many do I have here? I have 5, so there's one missing right there. That's the one. Okay, so, but we're not done. If a man is popping on and sees that my hand placement, he is cringing to his absolute marrow of his bone. He's like, oh my God, her finger. I got this, boo. This is not my first rodeo with the drill. Hold on. Now, if you have shaky hands and you are nervous about drilling directly in, I like to, let me show you a little tip. I like to put it in reverse, and I will drill a little bit in reverse. What that does is it creates just a little bit of a divot. That way, when I put it in forward, it goes straight through. It's just a little bit of a tip from me to you on that. Let's see. I have this twine, but I really wanted my other twine, and I don't know where I put it, and I'm really mad and sad about it because this is my door hanger twine. But like I said, we're not there yet. We're not ready to I'm not ready to. I always like to get a brace. This is just a toolbox that I have. I like to get something that kind of braces my door hanger so I'm not having to hold it up with my hand. Let's see. I'm going to hold my door hanger to where I can see the words. I will look, usually I'll look at it and I kind of mark it with my fingers where I need the holes to go. Where did I put them on the other one? Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. So I just kind of eyeball it. So I know I need one to go here. So I'm in reverse. It's not going through. But if you look here, hold on, let me see if I can get you close. If you look here, you can barely see it. There's a little divot. And it almost kind of acts like a pilot hole. Okay. Oh, CST for 15 minutes. Okay. So Roxana will be live. She has the cutest little hand-painted items. Those tulips are so cute. Well, thank you, Jen. They're part of our paint studio designs this week or this month. And they match. They match this kind of on purpose. If I do say so myself. Sorry. She will go live for 15 minutes. It's a live sale. So like be ready to comment. Okay. And she will tell you a number, like she'll show you the product, tell you the number, and you comment. She'll give you all the instructions right before she goes live. Let's see if I can get this in. Well, I'm not. There's the back of my drill. There's no aesthetically pleasing way to do this part. All right, now I'm in. I was in forward. Now I'm back to that. I do like a drill that goes in both directions because it helps reduce splinters. I want the other one to be right here. Now, because this has stripes, I'm going to use my stripe as kind of a guide of how far down I want to go. Just because it has stripes, it gives me a little bit of a cheat sheet, but a lot of times it really doesn't matter. No matter how you hang your door hanger, there's always a little wiggle room to like straighten it up when you hang it because there's so much that you're working with. Okay. I'm finished with my little extra piece of wood. I always have a little extra block hanging around. It's just scrap wood. And it's literally just for doing the drilling. It's to keep, one, my workspace protected, and two, to keep blowouts from happening with the drill. So I'm going to put my drill back up because one of my pet peeves is not like me not being able to find the tool that I'm looking for. And it's my fault because I don't like to put things up when I've got the time. So I'm doing that now. It's kind of like cooking, clean as you go, and you won't have to clean when you're done. Okay, so now that we've got our door hanger, let's get some twine. Oh, not twine. What am I talking about? Let's get some. Oh, look, there's my sealer. I knew I had backup sealer. I knew I did. Let's find where I put my wire. I'll tell you, it's in my go bag, which means it's in my I painted away from home bag. I had a little girls trip back in January. I'm about to tell on myself, y'all. I had a girls trip back in January that I still haven't unpacked my craft stuff from. I did unpack my suitcase, so there's that. That's progress. That's progress. Because a lot of times I have not unpacked that either. But, and I usually just like start pulling things out of the suitcase. I'm like, oh, okay, that can officially go back into normal closet rotation. If I can't find something, it's usually in the suitcase. All right, so I cut about 15 inches of fencing wire. I get this at Harbor Freight. You can order it online. This is 17 gauge. I prefer the 17 gauge. You can get heavier, but I'll tell you right now, if you have strength issues in your hands, 17 gauge is about all you're going to be able to handle, okay? They do have 12 gauge. It gets really heavy. It gets really heavy and it gets really hard to turn, okay? So 17 gauge is my sweet spot. Let me find my pliers right here. So I've got some needle nose pliers that we're going to use. You can use the flat needle nose pliers. I prefer the perfectly round ones. You can find them in the jewelry section of any craft store. So I've got my fencing wire right here, and I'm just going to go turn around every now and then, and you make a curly cue with your wire. Now, am I going to go ahead and do this side? Heck no, I ain't doing that. I have beads. So on this one up here, I do have beads. I just kind of have a configuration of different coordinating colors. Where did you get your beads, Erica? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you where I got my beads. I got my beads from Hobby Lobby. Anytime the beaded garlands go on sale, all these beads right here were Christmas garlands, okay? They are normally, I think I had a set over here that had the tag on them, but they're normally from anywhere between $5 to $7 to sometimes $10. It just depends on what kind of beads are on them. $5 to $10 regular price. I wait for them to go 50% off or more, and I pick up all the solid colors. Like I try to pick up the pink. The pink match the poodle skirt pink perfect. So if you're like me and you paint a lot of poodle skirt pink, I love that color. It goes into a lot of different designs for all the different seasons, even Halloween sometimes. I'm really weird about that. But the pink matches poodle skirt pink perfectly. Chef's kiss, perfect, right? This blue is Indian turquoise. Almost on the money Indian turquoise. Obviously, black is a classic. White is a classic. This green, this minty green, this was part of their like candy Christmas. It had like the lollipops and the gumdrops and all that. This was a garland. I think the pink ones came from that as well. That was part of that. So I like to get them, deconstruct them, and put each color in a different baggie. So now I have a bag of beads that I can use on all my projects. So I'm just going to slap some of these on there. I don't really care. Let's see if I can mimic what I got up there. See, I want to get some extra pink on it because I only have one pink on that one. So let's do a blue on each side. I like some symmetry. Okay. So let me do this on a white stripe so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I put two pinks. I'm going to put a black in the middle. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? This is where it gets fun. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do black, then two white, pink, blue, green, and I have an extra one. Let's do another black and white. This is going to be a lot of beads. It's going to be a lot of beads. But it's going to be okay. I just want to show you that. It doesn't matter. Hey, Carlene. We're just finishing up all our projects. So all those beads, we're going to put them on our door hanger. So now that I have the order, I'm just going to start slapping them on. And I'm going to find that this is a lot of beads, but I don't care. Oh, no. Bead down. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to go down the row. And because I got these for dirt cheap, because I got them all on clearance or all on 50% off sale from Hobby Lobby, and they were already pretty cheap to begin with, because their garlands really aren't that expensive. Now, if you were to buy beads online, and you end up, but they're also plastic. They're acrylic beads. These are wooden, so there's the difference. But they get the job done. Look how cute. Now I could put more on there if I wanted to fill that whole. There you go. if we wanted to fill that whole section up, but I really don't care to do that. I think it's fun when it looks like a child's abacus little toy. Does anybody remember those? The little sliding abacus toys that they're like classic kids toys that go do 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 do. They usually have them at doctor's offices. They have like 3 or 4 different kinds of tracks on them. And okay, start singing again. Turn around. That's what pops in my head every time I do wire. I don't even know the whole song. I just know the turnaround part. All right, so now the beads can fall however they want to fall, and they're always going to look cute. Look how cute those look. Again, you could have filled this whole thing up with those beads, and they would have been totally fine. But I like the randomness of it. I love it. Okay, so there's our door. Guess what? Our door hanger's 100% done. Or as my son would say, it's done, son. All right. He gets that from me, though. I kind of say that. I kind of say it. So we finished 2 whole projects. We've got our door hanger done. We have our porch leaner attachment done, but we're using it as a shelf display. And now we're, 3 projects. Hold up. How can we forget? Where'd you go? We finished this up yesterday. This was 100% done yesterday. Look at, this is still one of my favorite projects that we've done all week. Okay. Here's where I'm going to frustrate myself because I probably should have done 1/4 inch. Probably should have done 1/4 inch holes. I'm going to do one good look-see to see if I can find my other twine, but I don't think I can. All right. I don't see it. So we're going to just push through. All right. So painter's tape. I used all my painter's tape the other day. Hold up. I do have some. Look at this. At a retreat, we were given all this twine for an ornament. And I was like, why do we have all this twine for one ornament? It was a little excessive. Like, they didn't plan that out. It came as a kit, like, that they purchased. But it did feel a little strange. Now, at the Dollar Tree, they have 2 different types of twine, okay? They have a bunch of different types of twine. They have this thicker twine, and they have this thinner twine. I like to use the thinner twine for garlands. I like to use the thicker twine for door hangers. Now, I also you can find this at Hobby Lobby. You can also find this at Walmart in the floral, in the floral, not gardening, the like silk floral section. That's how that's where I normally find it. But this right here, this comes in a 3-pack, like comes in a big old spool, 3 spools for $1.25. This right here is the best garland twine known to a crafter. It's my favorite. It's lightweight. It really does hold up pretty well. The only problem that I need is that I need tape. And we have tape. I have to hide the tape from Raylan. She is a tapeaholic. And they don't have meetings for that. So we just have to deal with her addiction on that one. Hello? My AirPod died. So I should have known that it was going to go out because all of a sudden I stopped hearing my voice. So if you ever catch me live and I have an AirPod in because my other headphones are not charged up, just know I'm hearing my voice too because that's where the echo goes. If I don't have the AirPod in, you get a really nasty echo, and I don't like doing that to you. All right, so with the garlands, I like to go down in the first hole, up in the second hole. I like all that extra twine to be hidden behind the project. If someone can say that they hear me, just so I know I have my audio set up right. Sometimes when something happens with the audio, it doesn't sound right when I fix it. And it's never the same fix twice. So I always like to get confirmation. Can you hear me? Are we good? I'm just going to thread this through. Okay, good. Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jen. I'm going to thread this through. Again, like sewing. Oh, Amy, you're great. Thank you. Thank you. You are lifesavers. Okay, so we've done piece number 1. Okay. I'm going to alternate colors. We have 3 different colors. Thank you, Valerie. We have 3 different colors. And I'm going to put them in order. So we've got a blue, yellow, pink. Obviously, if Braylon was here, she'd be like, ooh, let me pick blue, yellow, pink. They're learning patterns right now in the 1st grade. So every time I've had to put a garland together, she's like, ooh, wait, hold on. I see the pattern. And I'm like, okay, I just want to finish my project. But I let her sit and I let her figure it out. And it ends up being an interactive lesson for her. Bless her heart. I love that child so much. I do. And when she wants to interact with me while I'm crafting, I was like, but I want to finish. And I know if you come over here, I'm not going to be finished tonight. But I also don't want to miss those moments. She's only 6. She'll be 7 in May. And I just love that child. And I'm very thankful for her because my son is 16 and, you don't get those years back. And so I've learned it goes by very fast. And she gets a different mom than he got. I was a very hands-on mom with him. Like, as far as we went and did so many things. We went on nature hikes. We would go to festivals. We would just go to the boardwalk, which is like an outdoor shopping center here, but it's huge. And so it's like an outdoor mall. Like, it's as big as a big old mall. So you can get some steps in there. Again, down and up. But with her, I'm 10 years, there's 10 years between them. With her, we just have different experiences, right? So, but with her, I do get to craft. With him, he's never been a crafter. Obviously, 1, he's a boy. But 2, it's just never, even art class at school. He has never been one to be like, oh, I cannot wait to go to art class. Now, he did have an art teacher he loved in elementary school. But he was not the kid that was like, I can't wait to go to art class. And all of his artwork would come home completed. But you could tell that there was a struggle between him, the teacher, and the construction paper. He was just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. Can we do math? He loves math. Can I just do some math, please? And so with her, I do get to experience at least that bonding because she does love this kind of stuff. But sometimes when she knows that I'm over here and I'm painting, especially if I'm painting with y'all, she's like, I just want to be in the middle of all of it. And then it adds a whole hour to the project. Okay, sorry. But I do miss her this morning. She went to hang out with Nana this morning. So I already miss her. Y'all, I know you see this right here. Hold on. I'm going to go. Let me see if I can do this without having to go full screen. Look how cute this turned out. Guess what? We just finished the whole project. We have finished. Okay, let's see if we can do a display here, okay? Let's see if I bet you we can pick this out. My phone was almost dead right before I started filming. All right, so I guess, let's just put that on. So we've got our door hanger, okay, with the cute little beads. We've got our door hanger. We have our porch leaner attachment right there. We have, let's do our garland. We have our garland. I've been doing garlands for years, and I promise you, there's no cute way to display a garland in a flat, what they call a flat lay. This right here is a flat lay. There's no cute way to do it. You literally have to hang it for people to understand what is that. It's a garland. It's a banner. And I am offended that you didn't know it from the get-go. No, there is no good way to flat lay it. But this has to be my favorite. This honestly has to be my favorite. And I cannot wait to share more. I'm going to call these Mother Nature projects. I cannot wait to share more Mother Nature projects with the Paint Studio because I literally, just from this walk where I got this twig, this branch, I had a flood and I was mad at myself for not having pen and paper. I was mad at myself for not being I could have broke out my phone, but that's so unorganic for me. Whenever I get a nice big idea, I like to get paper out and I like to really plan. I'm really old school, like to plan it out. So like I had to like hold on to those ideas and I had to like rush home. It was bad. I love all me too, Valerie. I love them. So, okay. So, for those of us that stuck around to the end, what's your favorite project that we worked on this week? What was it? The door hanger? Was it the porch cleaner attachment? Hold on, let me just go ahead and take this. Go ahead and take this down, just so it can be. Was it the door hanger? Was it the porch cleaner attachment? Was it the garland, or was it the garden pick? Like, which one did you enjoy the absolute most? Jen says the door hanger. She said, okay, what about the door hanger? Like, which one, like, is it just aesthetically the one that you like the most? Like, it's just the prettiest to you? I like to get feedback on this kind of stuff. Like, I like to know. Okay, so Jen says she loves them all, though. She's like, I really can't pick, but if you're twisting my arm, I'm picking the door hanger. Totally beautiful. My favorite was the door hanger. Roxana's, but yours is beautiful, Roxana. Like, I feel like if you really attempt to do one of these, if you're a beginner, let me give you a beginner to intermediate, because none of these are expert. Like, all of these can be done by a beginner. I recommend a beginner. Hold on. Maybe a flower. A beginner, a flower, because it's literally one technique over and over and over and over again. I would say maybe the flower. Okay. So you can make a garland. You can even blow this thing up to door hanger 20 inches and make a door hanger out of this. Y'all, how cute would this be as a door hanger? Oh, see, the idea is just get to, this would be like step 2. Okay. This is still simple, but it's got painter's tape in there. It's got a little bit more shading. It's got different patterns going on. So I would say this would be for your step 2. Okay. And then the door hanger would be your intermediate. That's when you've gotten your confidence. That's when you're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I got this. Then you bust out your door hanger and you're like, I got this. So I totally am confident that anybody who has never painted a door hanger before, I promise you could paint this door hanger. It's simple. The garland is my favorite, but I really love them all. Valerie. So Valerie, do you like smaller projects? Like when you sit down to paint, do you normally kind of gravitate towards smaller projects? Because I know, like for me, ornaments are my favorite thing. Garlands and ornaments are my absolute favorite thing to paint. I love a door hanger because it lets me do things in a bigger scale. Like those flowers are really fun to paint. They're fun to paint small, but they're really fun to paint big. So I do love a good door hanger because it does give me that variety. But my favorite, I love ornaments. I swear, it's like the Barbie effect. Everything is cuter in miniature. Like everything, like baby doll clothes is cuter because it's just small. Brenda says the small flowers would be so cute on a flower pot. See, pen and paper. Like I literally just looked for pen and paper. I was like, yes. I might have to go get me a terracotta pot today when I go to the store, because even though I found my varnish, it's in my brain that I still need to replace the one that's empty, because I like to have a backup. I love the outline around the edges of the door hanger and the porch. So Jen, my friend Marie Mosley, she said the same thing. She says it just makes a huge difference. And it's such a subtle change. Like it took no time at all. Valerie says that she loves painting ornaments and garlands too. I swear, the smaller, the cuter. Look at that. Okay. Well, thank y'all for your feedback. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on a Saturday. And like I said, if you're catching the replay, don't forget to put that hashtag replay to let me know that y'all came to hang out after hours. It just pops. Yes, it does. It pops without being distracting. Does that make sense? Like it does it, like even on the, like we put it here too. And we even put it on the eavesment of the house and around the chimney. It just creates boundaries without being distracting. And again, okay, Carlene, thank you for reminding me. Y'all don't forget to put the word spring down in the comments. I will come back and link all the things that we talked about. Today, we talked about where you can get the door hanger design for free. And it will also come with a link if you prefer to order blanks. I painted a 20-inch. It'll have that link as well. In the buffet of links, you'll also find where you can join the paint studio. It's $20 a month. And you get 3 different designs, and we paint 3 different projects with them. And we also have like bonuses. Like this month All of this was Paint Studios bonus. They had all these designs ready for them on the 2nd of this month. They've had them all month. And we just now got around to painting them here on my page. So now they have all the tutorials to go along with the designs. Along with this, they also got this, and it's coordinating pieces. It's garland. So it has these flowers as a garland and has a cute little birdhouse that matches this as well. So there are tons and tons and tons of tutorials over in the Paint Studios. There's tons and tons of files over there as well. Like I said, it's $20 a month. You get 2 separate tutorials. We do the door hanger in one tutorial, and we do the garland and the attachment in a second tutorial. We do them together. Do make blanks of the garlands and attachment. Okay, so yes. Now, me personally, I don't make the blanks, but you can go through Home Creations. They have all of my designs. If you have already put the word spring down in the comments, you will get a link to Home Creations where you can find these designs in blank format. And you can order them in any size. So if you wanted to do this house as a housewarming gift for someone who just bought their first home, hint, hint, idea. This right here with their name going across in really pretty font. That right there, you can get it in a 20-inch. You can get it in 24-inch. You can get it from 4 to 24. Same thing if you wanted to do a bunch of door hangers in just this. Home Creations already has this design over on their site. Again, 4 to 24 inches, whatever suits your fancy. This is a 6-inch. This is a 10-inch. This is a 20-inch. What else did we talk about? We talked about my Ryobi drill. So I will also link the drill. What else did we talk about? Oh, the tutorial for the spindle. So like I said, the word spring, you're going to get a buffet of links. And just like a buffet, just like going to the Sizzler, you can start picking what you want. Okay. Just ignore everything else and pick what you want. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I cannot wait to do it again on Monday. We will be rolling dice. And we will be designing a new design together in what I like to call Design With Me Mystery Monday. It's a fun, just hang out, chill, girl time. We as a team get prompts from the dice, and then you help me come up with the specifics from those prompts, and we build a design together. And then by the end of the week, I come back and I show you what we've built together. So until Monday, at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will see you later. Bye.